Welcome everybody, this is our first week of the Torah Texting Tuesday Challenge. The question that we asked to hundreds of students across Toronto was, you borrow a friend's car. You borrow the car, you take it out for a drive. While you are driving, a nail from the side of the road punctures the tire of the car, and the tire rips, and now the question is, who pays to fix the tire of the car? I received responses from over 35 people. That is a new record after starting last year, and here is the answer. The answer is, of course, much more complicated than you think. A couple of grand rules. Rule number one is, what is the status of a person who borrows a car? That is the halakhic status of a shoel. A person who borrows something is a shoel. A shoel generally is responsible even for ones. If some crazy situation happens, you borrow someone's object, you borrow someone's something, and something happens to it, you must pay for it. However, there's an exception to that rule, and that is called Meta Machamat Melacha. If you borrow something and it breaks doing what you're supposed to be doing with it, that's not your fault. You're exempt. You borrow a pen, the pen breaks. You borrowed a pen, the pen breaks. That's not onus. You'd be exempt. Your patur. It's called Meta Machamat Melacha. It dies because of the work that it was doing. The classic example: you borrow someone's cow to plow your field. The cow dies plowing your field. Hey, buddy, I borrowed your cow to plow the field. Did a lousy job. You would not be responsible. This, however, is not quite exactly that case. This case is brought down in Shulchan Aruch. I'm reading from Siman Shin Mem Sif Gimel. Hashoa b'hema machavero. You borrow someone's animal, and if something happens to it, the Shulchan Aruch says you are unclear. There seems to be machloket in the Ramah and the Shulchan Aruch. What is the status when something extraneous, the nail, affects the actual animal, or in our case, affects the car? Is that considered driving on the road is normal, what I do? There are often nails on the road. It's understood that the guy who lends you the car, those are dangers that are out there that might happen to the car? Or do you say, what are you talking about? It's not the car that died. I didn't lend you the nail. I lent you the car. Something else affected the car. That's a classic case of ones. That's a classic case of something external damaging my item. You need to be responsible, and you need to pay me for it. So it's a machloket. The Rosh obligates the Ramah with the hay and the Trumat Deshen. It actually says that you are exempt because it's not in the actual chefetz hanishal. And what do you do, ladies and gentlemen, in a situation where you have a machloket when it comes to monetary matters? What's the answer? You do not pay. You want to extrapolate money from somebody? You need to prove, you need to be unequivocal that he or she is in fact responsible. And therefore, in such a situation, you would not be able to. The owner of the car would be out money. Don't get me wrong, the person who borrows it can always say, lend me your car, that's really nice of you. Here's $100, the $10, whatever the amount of money costs to fix a tire. That'd be the right thing to do, but he would not be obligated to do so. Who wins this week? You have to wait and find out till later. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you for the first Torah Texting Tuesday Challenge.